everyone. Happy Friday. I'm here with baby Kitty for our 4 p.m. gentle Pilates class. Say hi, baby Kitty. Hi. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm excited to do a little nice movement this afternoon, finish the week. Hope you're all hanging in there. When you're here, give me a sign. Let me know you're out there. The kitties are all ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I hope you guys are settling into your week, into kind of the new normal for now. And hopefully some of the anxiety, the worry is dying down a little bit as we kind of really begin to understand what's really, really important, right? What we really need, what we really want, and who we really are. I feel like that's some of what all of this is teaching us for sure. And maybe how to nurture ourselves as well, how to take better care of ourselves, how to slow down. Anybody out there? Hello? I'm thinking of using the foam roller today. So if you are out there and watching, if you have a foam roller, will you send me a sign? Hi, Bill. Because if not, a lot of people have foam rollers and I won't use one. But if more people have them than don't, then I will use the foam roller. So when you log in or when you check into the video, just let me know you're here and let me know if you have a foam roller or not. Hi James, how's it going? Yeah, so if you're here, say hi, send a heart. If you have a foam roller, give me like a thumbs up or something, just let me know. And if not, we'll just do the exercises without the foam roller. All right, well, we'll get started. And as people join in, cool, you can let me know that you're here and let me know if you have a foam roller. Okay, so let's get started. Let's lay on our back and just start with some breathing. So just taking your hands right to your lower abdominals and allow your eyes to close. And just send a breath right where your hands are into your low belly. Let your belly fill up with air. And then exhale, gently let the belly release. And inhale, let your belly fill up. And exhale, let the belly release. Take 2 more breaths like that. See if you can fill up your back as well with air. So you're breathing into your belly and then the back of your ribs. And exhale out. 1 more breath like that. Inhale. And exhale out. And then just allowing your eyes to open, reach your arms long by your side. And let's just start with a little bit of bridging through the spine. So on an exhale breath, you're going to tilt your pelvis backwards and peel your spine up, 1 vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to your shoulder blades, but keeping your upper abdominal muscles on. And then exhale, articulate back down through the spine, piece by piece, nice and gentle. And exhale, bridging up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, articulate back down through the spine. Do a couple more like that, just noticing if your back feels tight or loose or any segments that feel a little bit sticky on the way up or down. And just use your breath to gently open those segments as you roll through the spine. Let's do 1 more like that. Exhale, bridging up. Inhale at the top.
And exhale, articulate back down through the spine. And let's add our arms to this. So you're going to exhale, bridge up. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, articulate back down through the spine. When you're down, just float the arms down. We'll start again. Exhale, bridge up, nice and easy. Inhale, arms come over the head. Exhale, articulate back down through the spine. And float the arms down. Let's do one more like that. Exhale, bridging up. Inhale, arms come over the head. Exhale, articulate back down through the spine and float the arms down. From here, take your hands underneath your pelvis and just activate your core muscles lightly so your glutes tone and your lower abdominal muscles tone. And you're going to bring one knee, just float it up to tabletop or 90 degrees and then bring it back down. And see if you can change legs without feeling any pressure in your hands. So any pressure change in your hands. So trying to just stabilize the pelvis using your core here. And we'll do one more time each side. And last time. And then when both feet are down, just reach your arms out to the side, bend, keep both knees bent, and just flop your knees to one side, and you can take your head in the other direction. Just relaxing your lower back, relaxing your belly, your neck and shoulders, and just take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come back to neutral and go the other way. So legs drop in the other direction, twist your head in one direction. Just let your legs relax, let your arms relax. Take a couple of breaths. And then coming back to neutral. From here, either roll to your side or just rock yourself up. If you have a roller, grab your roller and put it long ways on your mat. If you don't have a roller, you can do the whole thing without the roller. So either way, roller or no roller, you're going to lay on your back. So the head is at one end, tailbone is at the other end, and just float your arms up towards the ceiling. If you're on the mat, you're just floating your arms up towards the ceiling. Put a little bend in your elbows and let the front of your shoulder draw backwards into the socket. Take your low ribs at your back and draw them down towards the roller as well. So we're not tucking the pelvis, just anchoring the rib cage. See if you can keep the inner borders of your shoulder blades touching and your low ribs touching, and the roller, and we're gonna make a circle here. So just keeping the front of the arm back in the socket and just floating the arms around, using a breath. Feel your arms just nice and light, nice and easy. And one more this direction, and then let's reverse the direction. So we're going to go down, out, up and around. And if you come up and you feel like, oh, this part's kind of tight, you're welcome to just take a couple passes through that area, just loosening up any tight spots. And one more time like that. And then from here, just bring your arms back, your hands right above your shoulders. And again, if you're on the ground, you can do this exercise on the ground or on your roller. So all you're going to do is let your shoulder blades glide off of your back and up towards the ceiling. And then let them just drop back down in towards the roller. So we're going to glide them up and then gently glide them back down. Glide them up. So the scapula, your shoulder blades are just gliding in and out on the ribs. Nice and easy, like slippery bars of soap on your rib cage. Aiming for a smooth glide here. One more time like that. And then we're going to make scissors with the arms. So you can do this whole thing laying on the mat if you don't have a roller. You're just exchanging arms. Finding a breath that works for you. And then bring both arms up and bring them out to kind of a goal pose. And if it's too much on your shoulders, you can just bring your elbows up so your arms are a little more in alignment with your shoulder itself. And then we're just gonna reach the arms up and back down and still trying to anchor the low ribs onto the mat. So just feeling that length in the back of the body and the opening in the chest. And just taking a couple of breaths here. And one more time. And then just float the arms down by your side. So you can use your arms a little bit, but aiming to use them only as little as you need them. And we're going to see if we can find a balance here. So we're going to bring one knee to tabletop, and then see what happens if you bring the other leg up. And just contracting your abdominal muscles here. If you feel very wobbly, just push down with your hands a little bit. And if you're on the mat, your just knees are in tabletop. From here, we're going to touch one set of toes down to the ground and back up, and then switch sides. As you lower the toes down, try not to let the shape of the lower back change. So toes dip down and back up. Whether you're on the roller or on the mat, the back stays the same shape. Inhale, lower. Exhale, contract your lower abdominal muscles to lift the leg up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Check in with your lower abdominal muscles. Make sure they're active. And then check in with the neck and shoulders. Make sure they're relatively relaxed here. One more time each side. And then just let both feet come back down. So from here, we're going to bring one knee to tabletop, one arm up towards the ceiling. From here, contract your core muscles, reach the arm and leg away from each other, and then bring them right back to their original position. So inhale, arm and leg reaches away, exhale, back up. So feeling a connection between the middle of your body and the length of your arm and leg, reaching the arm and leg away from the center. One more time, but stabilizing the center of your body. And back up. And we'll bring that foot down, bring the other leg and other arm up. Contract your core muscles. Inhale, that arm and leg reach away, and exhale, back in. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, back in. Do a couple more like that. Stabilizing from the middle of the body. And one more time. And then bring that foot down and the arm down. And just gently roll off to the side of your roller. And we're going to put the roller sideways or horizontally on the mat underneath your knees. You can do this whole series, this whole next exercise just on the mat itself. You don't need a roller. But if you have one, you're going to lift your butt up and you're going to put the roller right underneath the back of your pelvis. So it's not on the curve of your low back, but it's right on the triangular bone, your sacrum, at the back of the pelvis. So you're going to lift one knee into the body and the other leg comes up into the air. You're going to slowly lower that leg down. So you're stretching the front of that leg. If you can't keep it straight and touch the heel, you're just going to let your knee bend and then glide the heel in and bring the leg up. And we'll start again. So lowering down, breathing, and let the knee bend, gliding in and up. Let's do two more like that. Just enjoying the stretch at the front of the hip. Shouldn't feel discomfort in your low back, so you can, if you do, just make your range of motion smaller in your leg or use your abdominal muscles more. And last time, this time we're just going to let it come down to the bottom and just hold it here. Just let the leg relax, kind of push down on the top knee, let the hip relax here as well. And just take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll switch sides. So grabbing your other leg, bring the opposite leg up into the air. From here, you're going to slowly lower that leg down. And once it gets towards the bottom, if you need to bend it, just to let the heel relax down, you'll do that. And then just gently glide the leg in and back up. We'll do that a few more times. Lower the leg. And just bend the knee. Let it glide in and up. And let's do two more like that. Breathing, opening the front of the leg. And last time like that. So all of this can be done without the foam roller. And then gliding back in. And from here, put both feet back down. Turn your glutes on, lift your butt. And come back down. Come all the way up and let's take the roller out. And you can just just toss it to the side. And let's do some cat-cow. So coming up onto our hands and knees. I'm going to turn the other way. So from here, you're going to exhale, contract your abdominal muscles and round your spine. Then inhale, extend your spine, reaching the crown of the head and the tailbone away from each other. And exhale, round the spine, relax the tops of the shoulders. Use your abdominals to round your spine. Try not to push too much with your hands, but see if you can contract your abdominals so much that they help you round the spine. Do that 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale. Keep a tone in your abdomen as you extend the spine. Last one. Good. And then finding neutral, we're going to try tail wag as well. So you're going to pick one foot up off the ground. Cross that foot over your body, side bend your spine and look for your foot. And then we'll go the other way, side bending. And we'll do one more time. Each direction, keeping a little bit of a tone in your belly and keeping your head in alignment with your spine. And then we'll switch sides. Picking the other foot up, cross the foot over your body, side bend your spine and look for your foot. One more time each direction, head is up in alignment with the spine. And then you can bring that foot down. Bring your knees together, bring your big toes together and your knees apart and just push back. Take a child's pose, push back with your hands, rest your forehead, take a few breaths here. Let the sides of the body get long. And then we'll come on to our sides. And let's do a little bit of thoracic rotation. So the part of your spine where your rib cage attaches, we're going to rotate that. So for this first part, we'll keep our knees stacked and one arm reaches out and then the other. And it's okay if they're not the same length and you want to pull this shoulder out from underneath you. So from here, you're going to bend the top elbow. Try to keep this arm in the socket as you twist your spine and open the rib cage. And then come back to center and forward. So bending the top elbow, reach your top knee forward as you twist. Come back to center and through. Let's do one more like that. And then we'll take the arm like the hand of a clock and you're going to bring it over your head, circle around, and through. And still trying to keep the knees the same, right? So the top knee doesn't move as you twist. Twisting more from your low ribs, trying to stabilize your pelvis here. One more in this direction. And then let's reverse the direction. So going down, open out, up and around. Finding your breath, moving with your breath here. And one more time like that. And then you can rest and we'll come over to the other side and we'll do the other side. So stacking your knees up. This first exercise is called telescope. So it's like you're telescoping your arm. So from here you're going to bend the top elbow, reach your top knee long and away, turn and face the hand, bend the elbow and come back. And exhale, twisting, opening the arm, bend the elbow and back through. Do one more like that, and you can really reach that arm forward as you come through. And then we're going to go all the way around like this top arm is the hand of a clock. So you're going to come up and around, reach your top knee long and away towards the wall in front of you. So your pelvis is stable, just moving the spine gently. The upper spine, the thoracic spine. One more this direction. And then back to neutral. So from here, let's come onto our bellies and let's do a little bit of back extension as well. So we're going to start with just baby swan. So you're going to take your hands underneath your shoulders here contract, so lift your low belly up away from the ground so your abs are active and your low back is long. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Push down through your hands and like you're going to drag your chest through your arms. Keep the heads of the arm bones in the socket. Just lift your upper back. You can come to here. If you want to come up a little higher, you can. Do what feels right to your back. Your elbows may not get straight. Just try to get a little stretch in the belly and keep a little bit of a tone in your abdomen and your glutes as well. And then come all the way back down. And we'll do one more like that. So draw your low belly muscles up so they're moving away from the ground. Your back gets long. Shoulder blades come towards each other on your back. Push down with your hands. Lift your upper back. So you're coming into back extension, coming to a place that feels right for your back and your body. You should not feel pinching in your lower back at all. And then come all the way back down. Take your hands underneath your forehead. Bend your knees. And take your feet side to side. Like windshield wipers, just relaxing your lower back. And then bring the legs back into a straight position. And we're going to take swimming or a variation of swimming, depending what feels right to you. So you're going to lift your lower abdominal muscles up. Reach one arm in the opposite leg long and away. And just come up. We'll start slow. And then exchange. Reach the opposite arm and leg long and away from each other, toning the middle of your body. So you're trying to stay stable in your lower back and your pelvis. Try to relax the tops of the shoulders. One more time. Each arm and leg, reach them long and away. Reach, reach, reach. Last one, back of the neck is long. And come all the way down. Once again, rest your head on your hands. Bend your knees and take your feet side to side. And then bring both legs back down. So you can stick with that variation, or we're going to go into full swimming is the name of the exercise. Arms come a little bit wider than your shoulders. Draw your lower abdominal muscles away from the ground so your lower back is long. Reach your arms and legs long and away from each other and float the arms and legs up. Then flutter the arms and legs. Continue to breathe. Keep a tone in your abdomen and relax the tops of your shoulders and the back of your neck. Breathing, breathing, breathing. You should feel the muscles on your back work, but you shouldn't feel pain in your back. Fluttering the arms and legs. Come all the way down. This time, let's come up onto our hands and knees. Find a neutral spine here. Take a couple of breaths. And then bring your big toes together, knees apart. And just push back. So push down with the hands. Lengthen the sides of the body. Let the forehead rest. And then let's walk our hands to one side and feel a stretch at the side, the waist. And maybe the side of the rib cage. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come over to the other side. And then coming all the way back up. And come down onto your back again. So we're going to take a variation of leg circles that's has a little more freedom than the previous leg circles that we did. So before we were working on stabilizing, the last couple classes, stabilizing the opposite side of the pelvis. Today we're just going to let stuff move. So you can keep this opposite knee bent if your hamstrings are on the tighter side or you've got anything going on with your low back. Otherwise that leg will come up. You're going to tone your core muscles, but they don't need to be super intensely active. You're going to tone them. Go ahead and lift this hip up now. You're going to circle it around, bring it out to the side. The other hip will lift and back up. So we're letting our pelvis rock in either direction as the leg circles around. So it's a little less rigid, a little more free. We're going for just opening the ball and socket joint, relaxing the low back a little bit, and moving the pelvis side to side as we go. using your breath as you go around as well. And then let's reverse the direction. Go away so that hip lifts. Cross the body, this hip lifts. Around and up. So it should feel kind of just juicy and good. Should feel nice and relaxing in the hip socket and relaxing the lower back as well. If it doesn't, just make the circle a little bit smaller, or you can bend your opposite knee. One more. And then bend that knee in, relax. So I feel like I'm toning my obliques a little bit, and I am toning my core a little bit, but I'm letting go as well. So finding some freedom in the movement as well. So we'll switch sides. So this leg can stay bent or straight, whatever feels better in your body. The opposite leg comes up. We're going to lift that hip, circle around, lift the other hip, around and up. So my legs are still toned. There's still some work happening, but I'm seeing where I can find a little more freedom in the movement as well. And circle all the way around and up. So a little momentum. Just let it feel good. And circle around. And exhale up. One more this direction. Inhale around. Exhale up. Notice if your shoulders are participating. See if you can get them to just relax. Go the other way. Lifting the hip. Circle around and up. Lift the hip. Circle around and up. Couple more like that. And one more. And then bend both knees. And just hug your knees into your chest. And maybe take one hand on either knee. Push down onto the knees so the femur bones are moving down into the socket. And then just circle around. Use your arms to circle the legs. Totally relaxing the back of your pelvis and inside the ball and socket joint. And then let's reverse the direction, going the other way. And one more time like that. And then you can rest. And from here, let's take a few stretches. So we're going to cross our ankle over our opposite knee. And we're going to kind of stretch the outside of the hip, the back of the hip. If this is enough for you, you can hang out here. Otherwise, you're going to grab onto your hamstrings and just take a couple of breaths here. You can press your tailbone down into the mat so you have the natural curve of your lower back. And then you can use the leg that's up in the air. Use the strength of that leg to push the knee a little bit away. So you're feeling a stretch to the back of the hip. Make sure your toes of that foot are flexed up towards your knee as well. So your shin is active in this stretch. And that just takes care of the knee. It's not torquing the knee in one direction or the other that way. And then we'll bring the foot down and we'll do the other side. So crossing the ankle over the knee. And then coming up, go ahead and grab the back of the leg. Push the tailbone down into the mat. And then push the left knee. Use your own strength in your left leg to push that leg away. Really flexing the toes up towards your knee. So your shin is active. The knee is taken care of. Relax your shoulders. And just take a couple of breaths here. And then bring that foot down. You can keep this leg in your hand. We're going to do kind of an active hamstring stretch. So if your hamstrings are on the tighter side, you're going to keep the opposite leg bent. Otherwise, that leg will come straight. So you're going to push, if the leg is straight, push the back of the leg down into the mat. So it's really active. The hip of the leg that's in the air is going to draw away from your armpit. So the space between your hip and armpit is very long. Flex through the foot of the leg that you're holding, and then push your leg up so that it goes straight. Now, it may not be here, it may be down here, that's fine. And you may have your opposite knee bent, that's fine as well. You may be very flexible and have the hands really high. Wherever you are, you want to make sure that your lower back is neutral. So you're not trying to get your legs so high that you're flattening out your lower back. You're keeping the pelvis square and the natural curve of your lower back. And just take a few more breaths here. Reaching up through the heel, reaching down through the back of the leg that's on the ground. Relaxing your shoulders and your jaw. And then bend the knee, and let's do the other side. So you're gonna grab the left leg, or whatever leg you were on, the other leg, and then you can straighten the opposite leg or leave it bent. Draw that hip of the leg that's in your hand down away from your armpit so the side of your body gets long. Relax your shoulders. Flex the foot and push the foot up towards the ceiling, or the heel up towards the ceiling, and try to keep the natural curve of your low back. Push your tailbone down, make the back of your leg long. Keep breathing here. And just check in with your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Can you keep them relaxed? And a couple more breaths. Really active through the heels. Backs of the legs are strong. And then just relax. Good, you guys. Come up to sitting. So you may need to sit on a pillow or something here. It'll depend on your hamstrings, what they feel like. You can also use a TheraBand or a belt. Let's see if we can get in here. Or a belt around your foot. So you're gonna try to, from here, you wanna find the natural curve of your low back. So if you need to bend your knee or raise yourself up on something, that's fine. We're gonna inhale, get really long through the spine, and instead of just rounding forward, we're gonna try to hinge at the ball and socket joint. So you're gonna keep your back long for now. You're gonna reach wherever you can, and maybe it's way up here, maybe it's just hands on the ground, maybe you're just sitting up tall. It's whatever feels right to you and your body, but trying to lengthen through the crown of the head and come forward. And if you're flexible enough, you can grab your toes or your ankle, and you can, or wherever on your leg, and you can pull a little bit with your arms, so you're lengthening your spine a little bit more. And just take a few more breaths here. Reach long through the back of the neck. Shoulder tops of the shoulders stay relaxed as well. You can bring your elbows out to the side a little if that feels comfortable. And make the leg that you're stretching active. So use the muscles in the leg, push down through the back of the leg. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come all the way up and we'll switch sides. So one foot on the inner thigh. This foot is not turned out but nice and parallel, and you want to come right up onto your sitting bone so you have the natural curve of your back. You're going to work towards hinging at your hip joint, your ball and socket joint, so your spine is long, and you're going to grab wherever it feels comfortable. If your hands are on the ground, you can kind of push down and slightly draw your body through. And just move wherever it feels best to you. And take a few breaths here. Make the leg that's in front of you active, so it's not a passive stretch. Relax your shoulders. And just take a couple more breaths here. Not forcing yourself into a deeper stretch than your body wants to do. You're just going to feel a sensation, and it doesn't need to feel like a shearing, ripping sensation. You can back out of that a little bit if you need to. And just breathe. And then we'll come all the way up, and let's take both legs in front of us. So here, you really may need to sit up on a pillow or just bend your knees the amount that you need to get your lower back to its natural shape. So, which is a little bit of a curve. So we're gonna hinge at the hardest part of this is just sitting up tall with your legs out in front of you. So from here, we're gonna hinge forward from our ball and socket joints. You're gonna do the same thing. You can grab your shins, or just sit here nice and tall. If you have a band and you wanna use the band, that's fine too. So just coming forward, flexing through the feet so we're really getting the maximum stretch in the backs of the legs. And make the legs active. Push the backs of the legs down a little bit. Spine stays nice and long to start. And then so you've come forward, maybe with a longer spine. If you would like to round a little bit, you can, but see if you can still keep that length as you round so we're not just collapsing in our upper back. So just breathing here, arms can grab wherever they can reach, elbows can bend out to the side if you want. Just finding something that feels right for you, taking a few breaths. all the way back up. So let's do Mermaid as well. So you're gonna sit like this if that's available to you. If it's not and that's too much on your hip, you can just stack your knees up like this. Otherwise, you're gonna take your hand to your hip. We're gonna go through a little bit of movement at the ball and socket joint. So you're gonna twist your pelvis inwards, and then exhale, just let it fall down and let it just be heavy in the socket. And then twisting, and then back in, let it be heavy in the socket. Let's do 2 more like that. Guess the kiddies decided to take a break from mat class today. Everybody seems pretty quiet, suspiciously quiet, I would say. 1 more. And then let the hip drop down. So you're gonna come onto your forearm. And so your butt might lift up, but you're aiming that it continues to energetically move downward. This top arm comes up, both shoulders stay relaxed. Side bend your spine, relax your neck, take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll come all the way up, grab your shin on the other side, reach this arm up and sit up nice and tall. We'll side bend once in this direction, taking a couple of breaths. And then coming all the way back up, and let's do the other side. So taking your hand right onto your pelvis, and you're gonna twist in and back out and just let the hip drop down towards the ground. So you're just trying to relax everything around the ball socket joint. Rotate in and back down. We'll do a couple more like that. And last time. And then you're gonna come onto your forearm and we're gonna side bend the spine. So push down with that forearm, relax the tops of the shoulders. You can look down towards the ground. Really reach the top arm long. Come all the way up. You're gonna grab your shin, bring your other arm up and side bend once in this direction, taking a couple of breaths here. And then coming all the way back up. From here, let's take a twist. So you're gonna have one leg underneath your body, the other foot on top. You're gonna try to let that hip drop down towards the ground. It may not get there, and that's fine. You're gonna anchor this foot if it's possible. If not, it's okay to have it be a little bit here. So from here, you're gonna reach the top arm up and get really long, and then twist towards the knee. You can hook your arm, or you can just grab your leg and sit up tall. So like you're giving your leg a hug. And as you pull your body in, reach your heart up towards the ceiling and continue to breathe. So get tall through the spine, make space through the spine as you twist. Bringing out the body. And then coming back to center and undo the legs, and we'll do the other side. So if you can, anchor this foot, and if you can, let this hip drop down towards the ground. This arm comes up, you're gonna twist and either hook or hug your leg. As you hook or hug, you're gonna lift the heart up. Take a few breaths here. Getting taller as you twist. And then coming back to center. And let's finish class just on our back like we started. So you're gonna lay on your back. You can stretch your legs out if you want, or just have your knees bent. You can even let your knees fall together so your hips can be relaxed. And just take your hands, take one hand on your low belly and one hand on your heart. And just feel the weight of your hands on your body. Allow your eyes to close. And just let your belly fill up with air and let it gently fall out. take a moment and just give thanks to your body. Give thanks to your body for showing up, for supporting you in all of the ways you need support, and participating in all of the things you ask it to do. Just hold your body in gratitude now for all of the miraculous ways that it works and all that it does for you. Take a big inhale breath. And easily let the air flow out. And then as you're ready, just allow your eyes to open. And that's it, you guys. Nice, gentle mobilization class today. Thank you guys for participating. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And so I'll plan on being back for my usual schedule next week. So we'll do the Tuesday, Thursday evening at 6 p.m. mat class, Friday afternoon at 4, gentle mat class, and then meditation Wednesday morning at 11, Friday morning at 8 a.m. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me in some movement today. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye.